Right now, in your pocket, in your hand, on your bedside table, is a device billions of people quietly wonder about. Is this thing giving me cancer? It's a question that has followed the mobile phone since it went mainstream. Shared in news headlines, debated in doctors' offices, and whispered by parents watching their children scroll. The fear is understandable. The word radiation alone makes anyone uncomfortable. But science has spent decades investigating this question. The answer is more nuanced and reassuring than headlines ever told you. The belief that mobile phone radiation causes cancer has circulated since the early 1990s. It surged with every new study. It intensified with every new network technology. 3G, 4G, and 5G, each bringing fresh public anxiety. The logic feels sound. Phones emit radiation. Radiation causes cancer. Therefore, phones cause cancer. But that logic contains a critical flaw, and it comes down to one word that changes everything. What kind of radiation? Not all radiation is created equal. The difference between the types is not small, it is enormous. The radiation that genuinely causes cancer, found in X-rays, nuclear events, and high-dose ultraviolet light, is called ionizing radiation. It carries enough energy to break chemical bonds, damage DNA, and trigger cellular mutations that lead to cancer. This is the radiation worth taking seriously. Mobile phones emit an entirely different type, non-ionizing radiation. Specifically, radio frequency electromagnetic fields. Non-ionizing radiation does not carry enough energy to break DNA bonds. It cannot damage genetic material in the way ionizing radiation does. Physically, at the levels emitted by a mobile phone, it simply does not have the power to initiate cancer. The World Health Organization, the American Cancer Society, the National Cancer Institute, and virtually every major scientific body, they have reviewed the evidence and reached the same conclusion. No convincing scientific evidence that mobile phone use causes cancer in humans. The most comprehensive investigation, the Interphone study, was a massive international project spanning 13 countries, involving over 10,000 participants. Running for more than a decade, it found no increased risk of brain tumors associated with mobile phone use. The Danish cohort study tracked over 420,000 mobile phone users across 20 years. Same conclusion. And here is perhaps the most compelling piece of evidence of all. Mobile phone usage has increased exponentially over the past 30 years. If phones were causing brain cancer, we would expect to see a corresponding rise in brain tumor rates across the population. Brain tumor rates have remained largely stable throughout that entire period. The epidemic, the headlines predicted, never arrived. Here is the detail that genuinely reframes the entire conversation. You receive more ionizing radiation, the kind that actually has the potential to damage DNA, from eating a single banana than you do from an hour of mobile phone use. Bananas contain trace amounts of a naturally radioactive isotope called potassium-40. And by radiation science standards, a banana delivers a measurable dose. Your phone delivers not. The thing on your bedside table that you've been worrying about is, from a radiation standpoint, less concerning than your breakfast. None of this means you should be completely uncritical about technology and how you use it. Screen time, sleep, disruption, and the psychological impact of constant connectivity are all legitimate conversations worth having. But cancer from phone radiation, the science, decades of it, across millions of people, says no. Your phone is many things. A distraction, a convenience, an occasional source of anxiety, but it is not, by any measure, the science can find, giving you cancer.